Well, I've been able to get several different types of leads as a defense attorney. I'm always able to evaluate new and interesting cases. Uh, you never know what case might pop on a day-to-day basis. And what's great at this day and age with all of the phone access that we have, as well as internet access, it's very easy to be able to quickly schedule phone conferences with folks, um, schedule appointments over email, review potential cases online on LegalMatch in order to determine what cases sound like they have a strong potential for me to be able to help on. Essentially, it takes the lead qualifications that a lot of salesmen would have to do back in the day on the ground, and it really condenses it into a very easy to digest and evaluate format online. Well, that's where I get most of my business these days. You're always looking to expand and try new areas to figure out how to find new clients. But I found ever since I've signed on with LegalMatch and gotten the hang out of using the system, I'm able to much more quickly find and develop new clients. So it certainly is the main part of where I generate new leads. Well, as I just mentioned, it's an online service, so everything pretty much went online during COVID. So I mean, anybody who uses LegalMatch is going to be using an online system, which is always going to be beneficial in this new day and age, even during COVID and past COVID. Well, I do get a fairly regular call from my account manager. I'm not exactly sure what they're called, but CJ is helpful always when I need to discuss issues with maybe the functionality of the system or how to best use it in order to make sure I reel in these clients who sound like they might be good potential clients. So I like that about it. But besides that, it gives me a good list of a very clear, easy to see list of who the client is, how to contact the client, and the client's story when it comes to their cases to be able to read, evaluate, and move on to the next one. Well, it varies. I will say there are some times where you can have a dry spell, but then just like, when you have droughts, you also have floods as well. So right now I'm actually in the middle of a flood. So a lot of clients are coming in through LegalMatch currently, and you can end up getting as many as 4 or 5 clients in a week. I've seen that happen. I've also seen it to where it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get another one, but on average, it always ends up panning out to where I'm getting my service paid for by the clients that I'm bringing in, and above and beyond that. So I'm pretty hopeful for the future that as I move forward with LegalMatch, that I will end up growing my business more and more. And it sounds like they're trying to expand it. I hope they continue to improve their functionality of not only their online system, but also their mobile online system, which is good. And I trust that they are looking to improve that app feature, which sometimes I struggle with, because maybe it's my age where I'm still trying to figure out how to use these mobile apps, but I trust they're improving that one as well. Well, on a percentage basis, I mean, I would say it's somewhere near 10%. I would like for it to be higher, but it's like I said, I'm a solo practitioner. So if I can get 10% of 30, 35 clients that pop across a month, and maybe 40 or 50 clients that are popping up a month, that ends up being enough to sustain me and turn a profit on it. Well, I can't really speak to that, tell you the truth. This is the first lead generating system that I've used, so I certainly don't want to give you any false information about that. I can just tell you what I know. Oh, I use that app all the time, so I'll have a notification will pop up when a new client comes on, and post their case story, and then I simply try to respond to it as quickly as possible. And once you respond to it, then it unlocks the ability to actually directly contact the client, besides just your standard response email. And so I try to follow up with that client as quickly as possible with a phone call, a text, another personal email, and I would say maybe a little bit over half the time I'm actually able to get a hold of the client. And like I said, maybe 10% of the overall clients end up getting signed. So maybe 25% of those clients that actually are able to contact quickly are actually able to, I'm actually able to sign. You're going to have to be on the ball in terms of responding quickly. I would say that in my particular market, it's a little bit younger. It's a little bit on the verge of Denton County kind of growing and exploding in terms of population. So I don't have as much competition as I know a lot of other areas of the law and a lot of other jurisdictions around here might. So that is kind of an advantage that I'm trying to take full advantage of, really latch on to. And it's done really well right now, and I think that's giving me a leg up. But I mean, once you get your opportunity, if you're in a very competitive environment, you have to be emailing clients, quickly. I was told by CJ, my account manager, within a couple of hours, but I try to get it done almost instantaneously, and that's why I keep the app on my phone so that I can see it pop up. And then you got to follow up, because very rarely will clients reach out to you after one of these standard response form emails. You're going to have to text them and call them. Texting works fairly well. I'm definitely saying this day and age. It's definitely a worthwhile investment to look at. You're going to have to look at how much competition is in that market, how much competition you would be facing on LegalMatch.com. But I will say that LegalMatch is very cognizant of the fact that they try to limit the number of attorneys who have access to these leads lists. And so ask those questions when you're talking to a salesperson with LegalMatch. And that's basically it. Well, that's a great question. I could use some myself. This has been the best part of my practice is in terms of generating new clients is through LegalMatch. Make sure your website looks professional. As good as LegalMatch can be, you don't want to limit yourself by only using LegalMatch. You want to have a variety of different places, advertise online, network, all kinds of little things add up. LegalMatch is just one part of the overall picture. Like I said, it's been a positive part of the picture for me, and it can be for others as long as you work it. And it's the same thing with anything, not only with the legal profession, but in life. Things are only is going to be as useful as the work you put into them.